Happy screen time, and thank you for subscribing for Pokémon Sleep Road Tomfoolery. Some major news for Pokémon Sleep just announced during the Pokémon Presents celebrating Pokémon's 29th anniversary on Pokémon Day 2025. And you've already seen it, Cresselia and Darkrai are being added to Pokémon Sleep. This video will break down the trailer scene by scene, pointing out some details you might have missed, and some Easter eggs. And we're going to use the details from this trailer to talk about what we might expect from the upcoming legendary event, Cresselia vs. Darkrai. While we should note that Cresselia is a legendary Pokemon, Darkrai is actually a mythical Pokemon, and the first mythical Pokemon added to Pokémon Sleep. The trailer opens up on some town at night, which starts to be surrounded by a purple mist. Then, jumping down to the street view, we see a portal open up in the ground, and out comes the mythical Pokemon Darkrai. This disturbs somebody sleeping next to an Umbreon, but this Pokemon Sleep player was already disturbed because they were using an Umbreon. So did Darkrai actually have an impact, or was this destined to happen anyway? Darkrai rises into the air, opening another portal, while more and more purple mist start gathering and moving toward it. The portal expands, seeming to extend over top of the city. And as Darkrai expands the portal further and further, suddenly, in the distance, there is a light. A light that shines through the window of a different Pokemon Sleep player who's using an Espeon. This player seems to be sleeping soundly because they're using one of the best generalists in the game. We then see another player sleeping next to a Munna, or a Muna. I don't know what that Pokemon is, but that Pokemon was data mined to potentially be in the game along with a Psychic Event week, which will probably lead up to this Cresselia legendary event. But the player seems to have bubbles of light being extracted from it. Is Cresselia stealing the souls of Pokemon Sleep players? Or are Pokemon Sleep players offering their souls to Cresselia? We'll probably have to wait for more event details to find out the answer to that question. What we can say for sure is Cresselia is absorbing these lights. And the lights aren't just coming from that single player, the lights are coming from all over the city. This implies that all of us will work together to support Cresselia to go against Darkrai. Suddenly, Cresselia is illuminated so much that words appear in the sky. Banish the nightmare. And then it's daytime. Everybody's sleep gets disrupted, we all wake up and don't get our full sleep cycles because suddenly it's daytime. And a fun little Easter egg at the end, they show in-game footage of Cresselia and Darkrai sitting on the field. If you look closely at the Snorlax strength, you will see that the Snorlax on Cresselia's screen has a strength of 488. This is Cresselia's national dex number. And as you might have guessed, Darkrai shows a 491, which is Darkrai's national dex number. It's nice to know that they put some thought into these trailers. The last shot of the trailer, blink and you'll miss it, shows Darkrai sound asleep during the day. Now, this next part is totally baseless. Wouldn't it be awesome if Darkrai's main skill was something that benefited you the most at night? Anyway, there are more event details to come, but the in-game news says that Psychic-type Pokemon will be boosted during the event. The event is announced to begin toward the end of March 2025. Based on how previous legendary events have gone, we could anticipate a 2-week event. The event will either start on March 17th or March 24th. If it starts on the 17th, then I would expect to see a Psychic Pokemon event next week. For that reason, I think this is unlikely. I think the most likely scenario is a Psychic Event week on March 10th, where Munna and Mushara are introduced to the game. Then, the Cresselia event would be a 2-week event beginning March 24th and ending April 6th. The news states that Psychic-type helper Pokemon will be particularly effective during the event, which means we're probably getting the STB, or Standard Type bonus, which means a guaranteed favorite Mago Berry, boosted main skill triggers, and boosted main skill level, as well as additional ingredients coming from Psychic-type Pokemon. There are no other official details about the event at this point, but we can safely assume that Cresselia will be a recruitable Pokemon for the event. Darkrai, on the other hand, hard to say. Maybe they're saving that for later. Another piece of baseless speculation, if Darkrai isn't added during the event, it would be cool to see Darkrai on the field influencing our Pokemon and maybe adding to Snorlax's strength during the week. How likely is that to happen? Probably not at all. So please make it recruitable so I don't have to come up with more ridiculous ways to make Darkrai relevant in the event. Some other things to expect during the event, probably some sick music and a cool looking thing happening at Greengrass Isle. I expect to see lots of purple mist. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you were informed about something or just entertained, please hit that like button. Let's do this again sometime. Happy researching.